Feel like old times, you guys, and the Swans, big game again?
Not really, to be honest, no. So, we're excited to take Sydney on. They're obviously a good side and we're looking forward to the challenge, but it doesn't feel like previous encounters, no.
Is it ever, when you come against teams you've had a good rivalry with? Or are you one who just moves on really, really quickly?
No, I think the teams have moved on. The teams have changed a lot since the grand final days, but Sydney is still a very good football side. We know what they're going to bring. They get really good effort across the board, and it's going to be a good test for us.
How much have they changed, Glassy, since probably back in those days where you did have a great rivalry? In terms of game plan, do you know or can you predict how much they've changed?
Not a lot. We haven't played them this year, but so far. But I think they still play a similar kind of brand of footy, good contested brand, and like all good sides, I think they get a good even contribution across the whole team. So that's kind of been their trademark for a number of years now.
What do you make of the logjam at the top of the table?
Yeah, look, we don't spend a lot of time thinking about that now. There's really no point. There's nothing, other than concentrating on the next game and trying to win that. There's not too much point in putting time and effort into looking at that. So it's not a big thing we focus on.
Then you've won the last 5, I think it is, against you guys. What do you think is going to be different this time to help you get a win?
Look, it's the first I've heard of that. We don't really look too much at what's happened previously. It's not a big determining factor for us as what's going to happen this weekend. So we haven't really prepared yet as a player group for Sydney yet. We haven't even gone through the review of North Melbourne yet, so we haven't focused a lot on that as yet.
They're the last team that beat you here at Subi. Do you guys owe them one for that?
No, look, that game's over with. It's gone. We can't get that one back. That's gone. So our focus will be to win this week, regardless of whether they beat us last time or not. We want to win.
So is that something you pride yourself on, your record here over the past couple of years?
We pride ourselves on playing well anywhere, not just here.
But is it nice to have that formidable record where teams come over here and that there might be a bit...
It's nice to have a good record, here. It's nice to have a good record away from home as well. It's nice to be, being able to play good footy anywhere, anytime.
How much confidence do the blokes get out of being 6 goals down away from home and then come out and win that game?
Individually, different players might take different things, but I thought it was a good team effort to, we obviously started really slowly and to North's credit, I thought they played really well. And to fight through that, to make adjustments through a game, I think that's really, it's a good trademark.
Is that the sort of thing you take into big games as they come up?
Certainly along the way you build confidence, and I think this group always responds to challenges, and clearly we were challenged on the weekend, and we made some adjustments, and the group is a really good group in regards to responding to that sort of thing.
What about the play of some of the veterans, Darcy? Pritis and Lynch, some of these guys were terrific in the second half.
Yeah, look, Coxie as well. A lot of those guys stand up and play well week in, week out, but certainly, late in the game, with the game there to be won, I feel like we've got a lot of players that enjoy that contest, enjoy that moment.
Looking forward to the matchup, Reid for Sydney. Sam Reid's been in pretty good form.
Yep.
And obviously you've got one of the guys that might take him on. You look forward to a matchup on a young gun that you probably don't know a lot about.
I know a lot about Sam Reid. I've played on him a number of times already. Obviously a really great mark, good player, improving all the time. So whoever gets him at different times, it'll be, probably different players from us, from West Coast. So, looking forward to taking him on, and they've got a few other tools in good form as well.
Is he the new breed for you old blokes to look forward to taking on?
Yeah, he's one of. So there's always new challenges popping up, and he's going to be a good player for a long time.
The old breed goes all right as well with Goods. He's in a bit.
Yeah.
You guys have always been good, and he's around the weekend was pretty damn good as well.
Yeah, no, he's an impressive player, and he has had a big influence on some of our games with him. So again, I'd imagine, I don't know for sure, but there'd be several players, at different times on Goodsy, and they're going to have their hands full.
Who's a better matchup for you, like to Reid or Goods? Would you get a choice for you? Who suits your style better?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Whichever one the coach tells me to play on.
Just touching back on the rivalry with Sydney back in the day.
Yep.
Obviously for fans it was amazing to watch. What about as a player or as a player group coming up against a side where consistently it was within a goal for a lot of those games?
Yeah, look, it was just knowing that you're in for the fight, and that was a good feeling. It was great to play them. I thought they played the game in a great way. It felt like a real mutual respect between the teams, and so it was a nice rivalry. It was, and it does continue somewhat today, but it's not something you focus on a lot going into a game with them. It's more something you reflect on after.
It was such a contested style of footy back the way you guys played specifically in those games back then, and the way it is now with everyone in a shoebox. Really, is it similar now in terms of the way it's played compared to back then specifically?
Not specifically. There's some things are similar, some things have changed, and both teams' personnel has changed a bit. They've obviously had a coaching change as well. So, there's elements that are different.
What is it about Sydney's style that makes them so tough to play against?
Yeah, just their contest. I think they're really good. With their contested ball, and again, I think they've got players that are willing to play for the team, that contribute, know their role, and that's the hallmark of a good side.
Darren, people were talking about the extra speed that they've injected into their lineup, that bit of X factor they may not have had as much of in the past. Have you noticed that coming up against them last year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've got some talented players, and I've always felt they've had a bit of X factor. They've had, Michael O'Loughlin, Barry Hall, Goodsey. So I believe they've always had a bit of X factor anyway.